Hi, how's it going? So, I just did an hour and a half meditation. I find longer periods of time are actually easier. Let me phrase that. It's not so much that it's easier, like, oh, it's quicker to get done, because obviously half an hour is shorter than an hour and a half. But once you get past that 20-30 minute mark, it's almost like time ceases to exist. It's really cool. And I can actually just like feel my soul expanding in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but when you reach the point where time doesn't seem to matter as much, you're like, oh man, I got stuff to do, or I need to go on Facebook, or I need to go do something, or I gotta go drink coffee, or I gotta go outside, I gotta drive somewhere, whatever it is. Once you get past that point, it's almost like you've reached a new tier in your expansion or your meditation, your self connection, whatever you want to call it. It does feel like you're kind of expanding, not in like a physical way, but a spiritual way, in a cosmic way. I don't know. I'm always afraid to talk about meditation because it is a loaded word, as I've heard it once put. And here I am doing a video journal on all this stuff, you know? And I don't know why I keep looking over here to make my point, but I'm gonna look at you now. It's almost like you're expanding mentally, spiritually, emotionally, conceptually. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm an auditory person because I'm a musician, but I'm also a visual person because I don't know. I'm a man. Men are very visual, and not just in a sexual way, but you know, I visualize things a lot. When I'm singing, sometimes I visualize notes. You know, I'm playing when I'm doing rhythms. When I'm listening to someone talk, I'm visualizing what they're saying. So I can actually see myself. It's almost like I can breathe more air. I can take in more positivity because I'm exhaling so much negativity. It's really cool. And you'll get to a point where you'll be like, okay, your ego's like, okay, I got this. Okay, I got it now. Let's go do something now. It's so eager to get out because ego wants to, ego wants, and it also limits as well because it wants so much or deters you from other things. It's always trying to change something. It's always wanting to get something else that is not already currently there or get rid of something that's not there because it'll harm it. But you can't destroy or create the ego. It's just there. It's matter. You have to love it. You have to be with it. And yeah, there's a couple of points, not as much as yesterday, but there's probably 3 or 4 points instead of 5 or 6 points where I wanted to just stop and get up. Now, I have to admit, I did check the time twice because I've not programmed it in my app that I use for my meditation timing to have I have an interval go off every 15 minutes, and for some reason I didn't program the second to last one. So the last 30 minutes, it seems extra long. I'm expecting it to be 15 minutes, and it's actually 30 minutes. But anyways, so you get to a point where you're like, okay, I shed that part of my exterior, and like I've reached this new awareness, and you're like, okay, I get it now. Your ego goes, okay, I get it now, but really you don't. There's more, and then some more time passes, and you've shed off more skin, and then another one, and another one. Another. It's almost as if you stayed there for 3 hours. You'd be shedding so much, and you'd be getting so expansive. It's it's like you're I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like you're a blow up house or whatever, you know, that the kids play in, and you have to take off the first covering, and it gets bigger. But there's another covering underneath that, so you take that off, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, I thought I could only do 10 minutes when I first started meditating a year ago, almost a year and a half ago. Then I could only do 30. Then I could only do 45. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to try an hour. And I did try an hour. I was like, wow, there's no way I can go past an hour. Then I did hour and 10. Then I did an hour and a half. Then I did an hour and 45 minutes yesterday. And when I say it gets easier as you go, it's once you've reached that 30-minute point, it's like the 15-minute blocks happen almost in 5 or 8 minutes. Because I like to keep track with, because I have a bell that goes off on my app. I use Insight Timer, by the way, if anybody wants to do this along with me. I mean, I'm not sure how many people are watching this, and it doesn't really matter to me. I think it's cool if people want to do it with me or just spectate what I'm doing, but I'm going to be uploading every day. And I was thinking about when you get that expansive like that, things that would annoy me don't annoy me as much. And those things came up when I was meditating just now. Like, I was thinking about, oh, this pisses me off, and this person does that. But then I took a step further and was like, why does it annoy me? It reminds me of something from my past that I don't like about myself. Or it's assimilated with something that was traumatic for me, or embarrassing, or whatever. And I took some time and just let that sit, and then like love that part of myself, which is weird. And I have my triggers and people I don't like just as much as anyone else, but I could definitely see, I don't know where the future of all this meditating is going to go, but I can definitely see it helping me tremendously with my triggers and those people I don't like. I could be around those people, or I can be around those triggers, and they're not as harmful, quote unquote, to my ego, not me, but to my ego or my expectations. And it's more love. I'm more of an open vessel for open space to do creative things, to be happy, to help other people with their problems, to listen to other people. I can listen so much better after I meditated. And I can also talk like this for minutes on end without even thinking about it. I mean, it's incredible what happens when your mind clears. So yeah, I only did an hour and a half. I'm going to do another 30 minutes at some point today. I have to go play a show. And I definitely see the meditation helping me. And I have experienced it before. Meditation helping me just talk on stage, to perform the things that I have to perform on stage. And not be so distracted or annoyed with what other people are doing, because people can get belligerent, they can get rowdy, they can be talking nonstop. But if I've been clearing myself for days, hours on end, I'm on stage for me, not anybody else, and that's pretty cool. And people respond to that. They're like, wow, he's not in resistance to what's going on in the room. He's not even in the room. He's just happens to be in the room. You know what I mean? He's not in the room, but he is in the room. And he's completely doing his own thing. I'm going to pay attention to this guy. I got to stop talking. This guy's like doing his thing. That's what I want. That's what I want for other people too. So if I can empower myself, hopefully I can liberate others. So yeah, day 2. Expanding, I guess. And raising the subconscious and transcending the triggers. Yeah. Have a good day, guys. Whoever's watching. And stay sexy, Franians. I'll see you soon.